single moment, but a living chorus of history. Born in Chicago 140 years ago, when brave workers struck for the 8-hour day. In New York, 10,000 marched to Union Square, demanding dignity, safety, and a fair share of the wealth their labor creates. Today, our rights are again tested. For our Filipino migrant workers in NYC and for every class of worker who builds our city, the fight is the same. To be treated with respect, to earn a living wage, to care for our families, and have a voice at work. We do not stand alone. Our union brothers and sisters, our neighbors, and millions who share this city's dream are with us. Let us pledge to organize with courage, to educate the next generation of workers, and to defend the hard-won gains that sustain our communities. Our strength lies in solidarity across races, genders, and borders. We will stand up for fair immigration policy, safe workplaces, and a system that rewards labor with dignity, not exploitation. Today and every day, we honor those who fought before us by recommitting to the work ahead, to unite, to mobilize, and to build power for the working class. Together, we rise. The Mayan was formed in 2002 by a group of Filipino domestic workers when there was no visible domestic worker movement at that time. They're mainly undocumented, exploited for their labor, including my mother, who was a co-founder. In 2006 to 2008, we marched with 1 million workers here in New York City, at the height of the attacks against the immigrants. At a time when it was taboo to talk about Palestine, we stood for Palestine. At a time when progressives against Palestine was a thing, we were never into that thing because we stood with oppressed peoples of the world. Now that socialism is becoming more popular and the issue of Palestine is becoming more popular, the Mayan continues to stand with the people of Palestine, with the people of Iran, and all oppressed peoples in the world until we all are liberated and free. Who got the power? Thank you. Make some noise for Damaya!
That courage should be contagious, and we have seen that courage be contagious. We have seen the largest mobilizations in U.S. history happen against this racist, anti-worker administration we're facing today. We have seen new organizations rise, become fortified. We have seen organizations like Damayan that have been around for decades join forces, train more fighters in this fight for all of us, because we recognize this is a fight for all of us. Whether your issue is defense of the climate or the environment, whether your issue is in defense of workers' rights, whether your issue is in defense of our immigrant sisters and brothers facing ICE terror, it's all one source, and it is all one fight that we fight together. So say it with me: one struggle, one fight!
One struggle, one fight!
Workers of the world unite!
Workers of the world unite!
One struggle, one fight!
One struggle, one fight!
Workers of the world unite!
Workers of the world unite!
Right now, the Trump administration has led us into another war that nobody asked for and nobody wanted and nobody here benefits from. The war on Iran continues on. Death destruction, devastation, and we say no. This is not fought in our name. This is not fought for democracy. This is just another war for the United States to assert its domination on the peoples of the world, and we reject that. From the start, this has been one of the most unpopular wars that the United States has waged, and we recognize our responsibilities as workers here whose tax dollars are being funneled into the war machine, that we gotta fight back. With that, I want to invite up a longtime fighter, Etan, from Nyack, to talk to us more about this responsibility we hold to fight back against this war on Iran and the people of the world.
No kings, no ice, no war. No kings, no ice, no war. Thank you all for being here today. My name's Etan Maborak. I'm the organizing manager at the National Iranian American Council, America's largest and oldest grassroots Iranian American civil society organization. My father's lineage, going back generations, is buried in Hamadan, Iran, one of the oldest places on earth. The place where the tombs of Esther and Mordecai lie from the Jewish holiday of Purim, a holy site for Jewish people around the world. My family was a family of doctors there, and now my dad, my sister, my uncle are all doctors here in America. The United States and Israel have bombed dozens of culturally protected UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Iran. Shame. Either the US or Israel also bombed a synagogue in Iran. Shame. I've had to watch our tax dollars be used to kill thousands of civilians, to bomb elementary schools filled with little children, to bomb hospitals filled with newborns, to bomb universities like the prestigious Sharif University, the MIT of Iran, bombed multiple public bridges, bombed oil depots that have soaked the skies with rain, soaked with oil, polluting the nation of Iran. Shame. Our president. All right, we good. Our president, Donald Trump, has made some of the most horrific genocidal statements in American history. Secretary of Defense turned Secretary of War Crimes, Hegseth, has openly endorsed war crimes, calling for no quarter, calling for no rules of engagement from a government podium, and making a mockery of himself and our country. Shame. He made a mockery of himself in front of a congressional hearing this week. You should all go watch it. It was a shame. I'm here today because May Day is a workers' day, a people's day. And it's ordinary people like us, organized, normal people like us, who are going to save this country. Iranian Americans my organization serves know what it means to live under the shadow of repression and militarism. The people I know, the people who I have organized with, have been and have family members who have been imprisoned, tortured, and killed for demanding the same things that this labor movement demands here: dignity, freedom, and an end to tyranny and war. We stand with those movements. I stand with women, life, freedom, here and in Iran. But none of the warmongers who still support this even care to mention the Iranian people's movements anymore. Let's name some of those warmongers. Let's name Donald Trump. Let's name AIPAC. Let's name Nufti, the monarchist lobby. Let's name FDD, the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. All warmongers, pro-war lobbies that have lied and have used the trauma of the Iranian people to sell us into a war, lying that it was a rescue mission. This was never about freeing the Iranian people. Look at Narges Mohammadi, a Nobel Peace Prize laureate. She spent years of her life inside Iranian prisons for the crime of fighting for women's rights and human dignity. She is now in need of urgent medical attention, and the same warmongers who lied us into this war about being a rescue mission couldn't care less. Iranian labor leaders and political prisoners have sacrificed more for the freedom of ordinary Iranians than every warmonger in Washington and Tel Aviv combined. And what have 60 days of bombs brought them? Did they open up cell doors? Bombs kill people. They don't free people. They haven't freed Iranian political prisoners. They don't help Iranian people. Last June, Israel bombed Evin prison itself, a facility holding the very dissidents and activists who are the future of civil Iran. And those bombs killed 100 people in that prison. This is not liberation. This war was never about liberation. And Trump and Hegseth know it. They were lied into this war and are now caught in an escalation trap that they have lost control over. They went into this illegal, unwinnable war with no plan, and every escalation they take makes the next one more likely. Every civilian that is killed creates the condition for more violence. This war machine runs on arrogance, it runs on impunity, and it runs on the political cowardice of our elected officials who refuse to stop it. So here's what we're demanding. A full investigation into war crimes, including the bombing of the Minab school. Congress must stop this war and pass an Iran War Powers resolution. They must block supplemental funding for this war, and they must block bombs and bulldozers to Israel. And ICE needs to stop kidnapping our people with no due process. Right now, 2 Iranian women were held in a detention facility in Texas. They marched in the Women Life Freedom Movement. They risked everything to be here today. They risked everything for the values we're celebrating today, and their last name happens to be Soleimani. And Laura Loomer pointed to these 2 women, lied, and claimed that they were relatives of Qasem Soleimani. And one of them is now gravely ill. The thing is, they're not related to Soleimani at all. My cousin's last name is Soleimani. Are we going to detain him next? No! America deserves better. We deserve investment in our people, in our communities. So don't stop. Keep organizing. Call out your elected officials. Call them today. Call them next week. Call them the one after. And if they don't change, elect new ones. And the last thing, don't let this march be the last time you organize this month. Join an organization. Join your community. Stand with your neighbors. Together, we can bring down this ridiculous, illegal, stupid, unwinnable war of choice.
Yes!
Because the labor movement here and the labor movements in Iran did not build themselves up by asking politely. Iranian Americans did not survive everything we have survived just to give up. So keep going. I stand in solidarity with you and the people everywhere who are choosing right now to show humanity. Thank you.
So, I want to take a moment now to invite up my sister, Nai, from the Palestinian Youth Movement. We have been out in the streets for over 2 years together every single week, fighting against the U.S.-Israeli genocide on Palestine, and we're not stopping, y'all. I'm so proud to call up this fearless fighter. Make some noise for Nai of the BYM. Palestine is our fight!
Palestine is our fight!
Workers of the world unite!
Workers of the world unite!
Palestine is our fight!
Palestine is our fight!
Workers of the world unite!
Workers of the world unite!
Palestine is our fight!
Palestine is our fight!
Workers of the world unite!
Workers of the world unite!
This May Day, with Israel's genocide in Gaza nearing 1,000 days and continuing across Lebanon, across the West Bank and Iran, we call upon workers everywhere to confront and reject the twin evils of Zionism and U.S. imperialism. The U.S. and Israel target Iran
target Lebanon, target Palestine. Why? Because they refuse to bow to their imperialist and capitalist interests in the region, right? Because these countries continue to fight for their sovereignty. And because the greatest threat, these people know that the greatest threat to workers, the greatest threat to their people, to their women, to their children, has always been U.S. imperialism and Zionism. This is the Democrats' war as much as it is the Republicans' war, and we should always be sure to remember that. Because the class war against the working people is a bipartisan war. It's a bipartisan project. And for generations, organized labor in Palestine has been a critical front in the struggle for liberation of all Palestinian and Arab lands. Across every sector of Palestinian and Arab society, workers have organized boycotts, have organized strikes, have organized general strikes as well, and boycotts of Israeli products, and coordinated actions across the Zionist occupation. But this solidarity has extended beyond the borders of occupied Palestine, and it has extended across the world, where labor unions globally have furthered the call for boycott, divestment, and sanctions of the terrorist state of Israel. Palestine is and has always been a workers' issue. It is and has always been a workplace issue. This is a message that we need to continue to understand and continue to reinforce. It is our labor that is being used by the ruling class of this country to support the genocide of Palestinians, right? Yes. It is our pensions that are being invested in companies complicit in genocide. Yeah. Whether in manufacturing, transport, and logistics, higher education, or in public services. We, as workers, are directly complicit in the genocide of the people of Palestine, and also that means we have the direct power to stop this genocide. Agents of imperialism in the U.S. have long conspired to defang and depoliticize workers' demands and union struggles in an effort to divide the working class here. Yet, laborers, workers continuously and consciously organize, and in doing so, make class solidarity inevitable. Workers across the world are taking up campaigns around this country of their own initiative, in their own communities, and in their workplaces. They have identified the complicity and found targets and are organizing in their workplaces and in their unions against them. And all over the world, workers have rejected Zionism and withheld their labor from enabling U.S.-backed military aggression. For example, dock workers refusing to load ships. Educators being at the forefront of divestment campaigns. Unions passing resolutions to endorse campaigns that have won millions in divestment from Israel bonds. These are the ways that workers have been and can continue to support our struggle against genocide and our struggle for the liberation of Palestine. And most recently, dock workers in Italy, France, Morocco, and Turkey, backed by their unions through statements, endorsements, and real-time support for their actions, have refused to handle cargo destined for Israel. And just 2 months ago, we saw coordinated action across 21 ports in those countries. Through these actions, they have forced logistics giants like Maersk to reroute major weapons and crude oil supply lines that go to continue and further the genocide in Palestine. They have enforced, the workers have enforced a people's arms embargo, where our governments have refused to listen to our demands for such embargo. And what this shows us is that organized labor holds the power to materially disrupt industry, and in doing so, to sever the arteries of imperialism. These actions of workers' solidarity demonstrate how the movement for the liberation of Palestine, the movement for the total liberation of Palestine, has also helped to advance the struggle for workers' rights and the struggle beyond pay and working condition disputes towards an actual internationalized model of politicized worker power. So I want to close here today and invite you all to join us in continuing to move the struggle forward after May Day by joining us on May 16th, where we will mark 78 years of the ongoing Nakba, the ongoing genocide in Gaza, and the ongoing resistance of the Palestinian people against the U.S. Zionist project of imperialism and genocide in our region. We will be in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, Abington Street at 5th Avenue at 2 p.m. on May 16th. Let the collective power exercised by workers strike fear in the hearts of our bosses. Let the mass movement for the liberation of Palestine be the call for international solidarity. Because when we win, when Palestine is free, families will return to their homes and the workers will rebuild a free Palestine.
Every day, so we are getting organized and we are waging our collective power. These comités are one example. Patrolling our neighborhoods. A strike is another example. Mobilizations like this one, we have many tools to make what we need to accomplish possible. But it'll only work and it'll only lead to victory if we do it together. You with me? How we feeling? We feeling ready to march? Good, good, good. We are almost done with our speakers lineup. Next up, I want to invite Isaac from Morena to speak to us a little bit more about the struggle here for workers' rights. All workers.
Buenas tardes. How you guys doing? ¿Ya se cansaron? ¿Ya se cansaron? Okay. This is a message for the workers of the United States, the workers of America. Today, on International Workers' Day, we gather not only to celebrate labor, but to honor dignity, sacrifice, and the people whose hands keep this nation alive. This day was born from struggle, from workers who marched so future generations could have fair wages, safe conditions, and the simple right to be treated like human beings. Many gave everything so others could stand with dignity and instead of fear. And today we must ask ourselves, have we truly fulfilled that promise? Have we? Because across this country, millions of workers are exhausted. Some work 2 or 3 jobs and still struggle to survive. They struggle. Some labor in kitchens, construction sites, warehouses, farms, factories, hospitals, restaurants, and delivery trucks, invisible to society until something goes wrong. Like when COVID hit, delivery workers were essential. Today, they're forgotten. Not even Uber platforms, anything, those platforms, they don't care for them anymore. Now they're not essential anymore. Anyway, the immigrant worker, the single mother, the delivery driver, they are the backbone of this country. Not billionaires. Not billionaires. And as Martin Luther King once said, all labor that uplifts humanity has dignity and importance. Not some labor. All labor. Everybody. Every worker deserves respect. Every worker deserves safety. Every worker deserves a living wage. And every worker deserves the right to go home without fear. All immigrants, immigrant workers, they matter. Long live immigrants! Long live immigrants! So, to every worker listening today, your labor matters. Your life matters. Stand proud, stand united, and never let anyone convince you that your voice is too small to make a difference. Happy May Day! Happy Workers' Day! May we continue building a nation where hard work is honored, where justice is real, where every worker can live with dignity, freedom, and hope. Thank you.
The first free Black Republic, they have always taught us what it is to fight. And right now, millions of Haitians in this country could face the evisceration of TPS, a temporary protected status. And we know the fight doesn't stop just to defend TPS. The fight goes until we have full rights for all immigrants. To speak to us more about the fight of our Haitian sisters and brothers, of our Caribbean family from New York to the islands, we have Lyndon from Caribbean Defense. Make some noise.
We want justice, we say how.
We want justice, you say how.
I sound of New York now. We want justice, you say how.
Justice, you say how.
I sound of New York now.
Sound of New York now.
I sound of New York now.
Sound of New York now.
I sound of New York now.
Sound of New York now.
I sound of New York now.
Sound of New York now.
I sound of New York now.
Sound of New York now.
That's right. As Gabby said, there are 1 million temporary protected status holders here in America. A lot of people don't know that. Just earlier this week, the Supreme Court and Trump's government sat in a room in Washington, D.C. to try and to decide the fate of those 1 million TPS holders. What they in that room do not know, it is not them that gets to make that decision. It is us, the working people of the United States. The working people of the whole world that get to make the decision, because we will stand and fight for our brothers and sisters who hold TPS. Is that right? Because we know that in 1804, it was the Haitian people that stood up and fought against the whole world system. And they won. Big up to that. And not only did they win, they turned around and they said, hey, my brothers and sisters in Latin America, we gonna help you too. And they came and they aided the revolutionaries who fought for a Bolivarian revolution. So you can see that the fight for Haitian liberation is tied to the fight for Latin American liberation. It is tied to the fight for Palestinian liberation. It is tied to the fight for workers' liberation. It is tied to the fight that we have right now here in the streets of New York City. Am I correct? That's right. But how the hell are we going to make sure that we win that fight? I heard someone say it. We are going to organize. We are going to organize, and we are going to learn, and we're going to organize and organize. Today is about the organized fight against U.S. imperialism, and we are doing that through the labor struggle. Because we know that immigrant workers, we know that black and brown workers, we know that workers whose faces may never get shown on those TV screens are the ones who run New York City and are the ones who run the world. And in the Caribbean, we have a long line of revolutionaries. Shout out Claudia Jones. And so I stand here as just one person in this line of revolutionaries who is going to fight day and night, but I'm not doing it alone. It is only through the power of the collective that we will win. And so I want to challenge every single person here today. If you are not organized, get organized. If you are not educated, get educated. If you are not fighting against the system, figure out how you're going to do that. Because we all have one struggle, we all have one fight, and we've got to come together and make sure that we win. So I'm going to close us today with a chant. One struggle, one fight. One struggle, one fight. Workers of the world unite! We say one struggle, one fight! Workers of the world unite! Workers of the world unite! Workers of the world unite! Thank you!
Give it up for Lyndon of Korea.
Estamos en la lucha. Escucha, estamos en la lucha. Workers of the world unite. One struggle, one fight. Workers of the world unite. One struggle, one fight. Workers of the world unite. One struggle, one fight. From Palestine to Mexico. All the walls have got to go. From Palestine to the Philippines. Send the U.S. war machine. From Palestine to Mexico. We need to start resurrecting some sayings we used to say here in the Laborers Union. No human being is illegal. No human being is illegal, brothers and sisters. It's when they put us against one another. It's when they make us fight each other that they win. But it's when we are standing shoulder to shoulder in our solidarity. They cannot fucking beat us, brothers and sisters. Laborers from around the eastern region, from as far as local 199 in Delaware, local 77 in South Jersey, local 172, local 77, local 3, local 472, local 79, local 78, local 66, local 108. Brothers and sisters, that is the solidarity, that is the power of our union, and there is no stopping us. And so today, on May Day, we say we will stand up and we will fight back. We will stand up and we will defend the gains that we made and the gains we have to make. We need to stand up and fight this fight. In the labor movement, there's a saying, we either stand for something or we'll fall for anything. And it's time that we stand up for each other, brothers and sisters. Stand up, don't let them pick us apart. But make sure when they come for one of us, they come for every single fucking one of us, brothers and sisters. And it's always a privilege and high honor that our General President of 540,000 members across the country, could be anywhere today, but he chose to be right here in New York City, marching with us, fighting with us, standing with us. Brothers and sisters, give it up for our General President, Brett Booker. Every day! Union Day! Every day! You know, when I think about May Day, May 1st, I just really want this to settle with you for a second. And just think about this saying I'm about to say. That if I had $1, I couldn't make another dollar next to that dollar unless I put labor in the equation. And the capitalists of today aren't the capitalists of yesterday. Today we have billionaires making more and more money every single day. They're threatening our existence with AI. They get us involved in shit that we got nothing to do with. They're forcing each and every one of us to work in an economy that we didn't build, brothers and sisters. They're putting the middle class further and further out of the reach of ordinary working people. We are blessed that we are union members. But when I say that May Day originated with the labor movement, I am not lying, brothers and sisters. In 1887, workers stood up, they struck, they fought for the 8-hour workday. We take the 8-hour workday for granted. But there were workers that were executed for standing up for that basic human right, a dignified right. Pay me a fair wage, I'll give you a fair day's work. And what we're seeing happen in this economy today, they are changing the rules of the game. That means that we have to change the way that we see the game being played, brothers and sisters.
And sisters in the 1880s had to stand up and fight together. We lost our brothers and sisters, and we will mourn their memory today. But we're going to continue to stand and march and fight for them starting today and every day going forward. We talk a lot about solidarity. Today we're proving what solidarity looks like with each and every one of you from the Eastern region, with our brothers and sisters from the rest of the labor movement. Let's stand up and let's celebrate May Day. Let's remember to mourn the workers that we've lost. And like Mother Jones said, let's fight like hell to prevent that doesn't happen again. We got a lot in front of us, and individually we can't accomplish anything, but together we can accomplish everything. So we're going to stand shoulder to shoulder. We're going to prove what solidarity looks like. We're going to march in these streets. We're going to celebrate Workers' Day, and we're going to do solidarity with each and every one of you. God bless New York City. God bless the land, and let's fucking go.
Look, you're going to hear a lot of stuff today from the main stage, from the main program about solidarity and sticking together and the power. But I know this firsthand as a Local 79 member, the most diverse local union in the building trades, that we know what solidarity looks like. And that's what solidarity looks like. So, what I want to just say before I let everybody go is this. When you go back to the job site, look out for somebody else, man. Really, it's time that we really change and continue to change the culture of our union. We are a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and if we don't look out for each other, that's selfishness. And there ain't no selfishness in unity or solidarity. So can I count you in, brothers and sisters? God bless you, brothers and sisters. Come here, Dylan! For the business values from across the Eastern region that made the trip to Washington Square Park to get down the way we know how to get down in New York City, brothers and sisters. New York City! Make some noise! Love you guys.
May Day, again. They want us separate. Divide and conquer, the oligarch's oldest prayer. Turn neighbor against neighbor. Make fear the daily bread. Profit while we argue. but May Day remembers. Chicago, 1886. Haymarket. Workers asking for 8 hours. The state answered with gallows. Albert Parsons, August Spies, and the others. Their last words. The day will come when our silence will be louder than your voices. That day is every May Day. Before them, Toussaint Louverture broke shackles in Haiti. They caught him. He died in a French prison. But before he died, he said, "The roots are numberless. They are deep. Those roots are every May Day." After them, Marsha P. Johnson threw a brick at Stonewall. She said, "I'm not famous. I'm just a person who decided to fight back. That person is every May Day. And Dolores Huerta gave us. Si, se puede. Yes, it can be done." And Nelson Mandela, 27 years in a cell. No one is born hating. Love comes more naturally to the human heart. That heart is every May Day. So this May Day, the oligarchs have money. We have each other. They have algorithms to make us afraid. We have arms that link in the street. Love is not soft. Love is the brick. Solidarity is not a slogan. Solidarity is the wall. Divide and conquer dies. Where people pause long enough to ask a stranger, "What do you need? How can we walk together?" May Day is that question. The roots are deep. And they are growing still. Present. Si, se puede. Solidarity forever.